Hey guys, welcome to the first of my 2-week challenges. This round through, we're going to be focusing on lean legs. So it's my forte and that's what I want to be focusing on. So thank you for all of you who voted for lean legs. What we're going to be doing today is focusing on the hamstrings and the adductors. But don't forget, if you have not downloaded the nutrition plan, please do so. I'll leave a link below. Drop your email address and it will be sent out to you straight away. And then you can follow along and make it all a big nice package. Okay guys, this is all free, so dig in, share it amongst your friends, and don't forget, subscribe down below, and let's get into it. Okay, so first up, all we need to do is take a seat. What I want you to do is straighten one leg. Now, we're gonna pay particular attention to the kneecap here. So right now, my kneecap's facing straight up. I wanna turn it out slightly, hug onto this bent left knee, and then just raise that foot straight up and down. You should be feeling this along the teardrop muscle just at the front here, but also down along the, the hip flexors. So those I want to actually start to feel really burning. I'm going to do about 15 of these. Call that 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change sides. So when you change sides, remember again that kneecap needs to be turned out slightly. I'm going to move back a little bit here. The other thing is this, if you are hugging onto your knee and you can't actually raise that leg, bring your hands behind you so you've got a little bit more gap between the lower spine and the thigh, and then just start lifting. You want to go with what level you're working at today. Relax your foot, flex the VMO, and then start lifting. 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you found that really easy and you want to go through this again, put some ankle weights on. That should help it. Okay, the second one, what we're going to do is, again, it's a stiff leg bridge. Well, it's a stiff leg raise, but this time for the back of the thigh. So we're going to feel this right up in the hamstrings. I want your toes together and your heels just apart, and then you pull into the bench. So I'm not really squeezing my glutes, I'm pulling my heels down. 2, 3. We're going to do this for about 20 reps. 4, 5. What I also like to do is take the hands out of the equation. So if your hands are on the floor, just either raise them up, put them behind your head, do whatever you like, but make this focus down into the hamstrings. So that 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, keep it going. 17 should be really burning now. 18, 19, and one more and hold. 20. So now you can put your hands down to give a bit of an assist to keep those hips elevated. Take the right foot off the bench, tuck the leg, and extend away. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep holding. 5, 4, 3, make sure your bum is well clear of the floor. 2, and 1. Switch legs without coming down. So now the right leg is holding, left leg is pumping. 2, 3. Make sure your hips stay square on in this. You don't want one hip dropping down and like moving around a lot. You want it really stable. You want both legs working exactly the same, so that's how you're going to be getting it. 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Next little bit, go onto your side. We'll use this chair here. So one foot is on the top. Now we're working the inner thigh. So I'm going to get your elbow underneath you here. I'm going to start you off with a medium level. So the bottom leg is bent and the top leg is straight. I'm going to use that top leg and pull my hips up. So now I'm working all the inner thigh. Drop the hips down, pull up, drop the hips down, pull up. Keep going with that. The second round through, what we're going to do is actually use the full weight of that body and straighten the bottom leg. 7, 8, 9, use your leg. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Okay, switch sides, it's exactly the same thing. Switch chairs. Switch sides of the chair as well. Okay, same thing here. Now one thing I want to point out as well is that this foot needs to be inverted. So my ankle is not touching the bench. I'm like tucking the foot back in that way, so I'm getting a good grip. here is long and it's open and then it comes out through the knee. So you want to hold it down through there and make sure it's up deep here, like up, right up high in the inner thigh. 4, 5, 6, 7, go with that upper thigh, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that's the ground series. Now we're going to stand up. This first one here, I'm going to try and do it without the use of the chair. You can use the chair if you want to, but really all it is more about balance. So I'm going to start here on a single leg. Left leg is grounded first. I'm going to tuck my right foot back until my left hamstring is really loaded, and then pull it back through. So what I'm looking for at the very top is a nice long stretch at the top of my hamstring, just underneath the gluteal fold. 4, 5. What really helps here is picking a spot on the wall in front of you or on the floor in front of you and just keep staring at that dot. That will give you much more balance than looking around the room. 7, 8, he says almost falling over. 9, last one guys, and 10. Okay, switch around, do exactly the same thing. So pick a point in the wall. Right leg now is grounded, left leg is up and high. Every time I get through here, I want to go higher than my hip with that knee. So now stretch it back. Have I got space? I've got space. Lovely. 1, 2, maybe I don't have space. 3, 4, get a really good stretch at the top of that right hamstring. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more guys, 9, and 10. Okay, next one. Now the next one, the deeper you go, the more into the hamstring you'll get. So we're gonna combine it. Remember the first exercise where we're lifting the foot just off the floor? This one is basically the same move. You bring that foot in front of you, kneecap turned out, and then you lift. Okay? So it's the reverse lunge. Watch how deep I'm going. I'm getting right into the hamstring here. And then I use that hamstring to pull. Pull, touch, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. 6, 7, 8. 2 more guys. 9. And 10. Okay, change legs. My stance here is both of my feet are turned out just subtly. So as I go back, I keep that subtle turn out. My knees turned out more, but I can still see my big toe down straight through there. My hips are really deep, so I'm getting up into this hamstring here. And I'm going to pull myself through. Pull. Keep your left leg turned out and raise the foot. 1, 2. When I tap at the front here, it's just my little toe. That side of my foot is tapping. 3, 4. Try your best not to touch the back knee on the floor. 5, 6, 7. 3 more. 8, 9. Last one. And 10. Okay. Lovely. Lovely. That's the sequence. We're going to go right back through from the very beginning. So the very first one was having a seat. Straighten your right leg. Turn the right thigh out. And if you've just done the last round, all of this should be really engaged now. So the teardrop muscle just above from the inside of the knee here, that's where we're trying to flex. And the pull comes from a little bit higher than that. It doesn't come from the outside of the thigh. And that's the bit we're trying to avoid. 4, 5, 6, 7. Prop your back up. 8, 9, 10. You see how little range of movement I'm getting here. So my hamstrings are quite tight. It's pulling my lower back a little bit. So I'm trying to really resist that. 3, 2, 1. But that resisting is actually where all the tension is coming from. So that's where we want to work. Okay, again, VMO of the left foot. flex your quad before you've even moved. VMO is flexed, just above that is the pulling section. Let's go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, stiff leg bridge. Okay, straighten yourself out here. Remember, heels are just apart, my toes are together, and I'm pulling down my heels into the bench. 2, 3. Again, I'm not using my arms here, I've just taken them right out of the equation. 5, 6, 7, 8. And I want to go right through 9 until I feel a burn, then do a few extra reps. 13, I always say 20 because I can always get there, but it's hard towards the last few. 17, 18, 19, last one and hold. 20, hold that position. Pull a little bit harder into the floor or into the bench with your heels so that your hamstrings now are really firing. Take the left foot off and pull. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You should already notice after that first round, everything now is starting to burn a little bit more. That's the burn that we're after. 3, 4. It means everything's working in that area. 6, but it's an isometric tension, so there's no full-on contraction, but it's quite difficult to hold. 7, 8, 9, and 10, and it's that tension. For making it nice and lean, that tension is what we're after. Okay, so now we're on to the side plank. So I did promise you slightly more difficult this second round. Bottom foot is straight, top foot is long. Or very minimal. Now it's all adductors of this top thigh. 6, a little bit of obliques as we get to the peak of that. And they're the 2 points that you should really be feeling. 8, 9, 10. Give me 5 more if you've got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One thing I have to say on this one as well. You want your hips stacked. If you're feeling this in your lower back, it means your hips are too far forward. Or rather, too far back, yeah? Too far back. So my top hip is behind the bottom hip. So if I'm feeling it in my back, I'm going to push my top hip forward. So now the obliques come into play a lot. Okay, let's keep it steady here. 15, top foot inverted. 14, 13, 12. Use that top leg right up high in the inner thigh and pull. 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, floor series is done. Yoga T. Okay, so right leg high. Start to scoop it back. Keep your left leg soft and get that foot as high as possible so that you're stretching out the left hamstring. As I come here, the higher I go, the more into that hamstring I'm going to get. So go to your level. Keep your back straight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more guys, 9, and 10. I'm going to stay facing this way, other legs out. So left knee just higher than the hip, scoop it back, lift it high, get the stretch on the right hamstring now, really high, middle of the belly, upwards towards the bottom of the glute. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more really high, and 10. Okay, move that out of the road. Okay, so now it was the last one, which was the reverse lunge into the leg raise. So remember, both my feet are turned out, maybe 30 to 45 degrees. As I'm reaching forward here, my kneecap is turned out, and I'm only touching the floor with my little toe. So then I push through from the back of my thigh rather than lift from the front. I'm pushing. So push and then drop it back really deep. Push, drop it back. 2 of 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure it's really deep. Get into the hamstring and pull. 8, push. Pull, push. 9, one more. And 10. Okay, change legs, same thing. So it's left leg going back now. Drop it back, reach it forward and lift. Just take a small step backwards here and lift. 2. I lie, push. 3, back. 4. Make sure that kneecap of your left leg, or both legs actually, is turned out. So here at my hips, I've turned my knees out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. Lift everything. 10. Okay, guys, that is it for the first round. That's it for the first round. Catch me here tomorrow. Abductors, okay? We'll do that tomorrow. Don't forget, you need to download the recipe guide, so I'll leave a link for that. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Alright guys, catch you tomorrow. Ciao.